So, we're here with Ryan.
Who's that?
I don't know. That's what we're here to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Ryan's kind of a weird dude. He has a lot of opinions, a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of thoughts that happen. So I had truck musings, which is a problem. When I'm in the truck, I think too much apparently. So I was in the truck and I came up with this little game because you talk at me a lot about the most random shit.
This
all
is
the
true.
time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So now he gets to talk to everyone online that wants to listen to the random shit. And so of all of the things that he talks about, I made up little pieces of paper that have just these totally random thoughts on his radar.
Do I get to pick one?
And you pick one, and you have 5 minutes. I'll set a timer on my phone. You have 5 minutes to say all the things about whatever this subject is.
All right, let's do it.
But only 5 minutes. That's all you get. Because you could talk about some of this shit for hours, but you only get 5 minutes.
Oh, if we run out of time, I'll just put it back in that bag and we'll do it next time.
Oh, okay. He also has no idea what's on any of these. He's never seen any of these. It bothered him immensely when I made them because he really wanted to know what I was doing and I didn't tell him. So he didn't even know the game until just now. So this is the very first one. Hopefully he picks a good one and it's not something really lame and
You're
boring.
the one who made the bag.
I know, some of them are kind of boring. It's your
They're my
brain,
thoughts,
right?
So
It's not
you
all
made the bag
interesting,
from my thoughts,
right? So it's not always interesting, but
Yeah.
hopefully this one's a really good one since this is the very first one that we've done. Okay, you ready?
Sure.
All right. Don't pick like 5. They kind of clump together. So like kind of sort of pick one.
That's just one, right?
Okay, yeah, that looks like one.
Let's see what it says. Digital currency.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's going to be really interesting for a lot of you that know what Ryan used to do. I'm going to try to make it interesting for those of us who don't have any idea what this is about by like throwing random questions at you.
Okay. So I don't get to talk for the whole 5 minutes? You're going to ask questions?
I'll try to ask questions. I'll try
Okay.
to not ask really stupid questions, but they may be stupid questions. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, so let's start this timer. You have 5 minutes to talk about whatever. You can just brain dump on digital currency.
All right, let's do it.
All right, ready, go.
All right. Well, I have no idea who's going to be watching this, so I am going to start at the top, and we'll go from there.
You're going to have to talk fast. You only have 5 minutes.
I don't talk fast. I drive slower when I'm talking.
Oh, God, it's true.
Anyways, many people know that I built a digital currency called Energy. I spent 6 years of my life doing that. And I've been involved in Bitcoin since about 2011. So I think it's fair to say that a digital currency is something I believe in. I see the value in. But I also see that there are a lot of concerns around digital currency lately. And
There's a lot of posts, like a lot of stuff that's real. I don't do anything besides Facebook, but I see a lot of stuff on Facebook about like the evils of danger and dangers of digital currency, and I always kind of giggle a little bit because that's like our lives for a while.
And I think that's completely valid. So
oh, good. So it was dangerous. Scary for us as well?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
perfect.
that's true.
Okay.
But the reason that a lot of people are afraid of digital currency is because it might enable governments, corporations, whoever else to track everything that they do. Not only track everything that they do, but take some sort of punitive action against them if they do things that they don't like. So, for example, if you speak out your political opinions on Facebook, you don't want the government to be able to shut down your bank account the way that Facebook already might shut down your Facebook account. And that is definitely a concern that quite a lot of people have around digital currency, and it's a valid concern. But that is not about digital currency itself. That is about who controls the digital currency. So the digital currencies that kicked off kind of the entire thing, really Bitcoin was the first one, was explicitly designed that no one was in control of it. This is a really important feature of Bitcoin, is that no one is in control of it. No one can shut off your Bitcoin. No one can, because they don't like what you said on Facebook, they can't take your Bitcoin away from you. And this is sometimes called decentralization. It means that the Bitcoin network is not in any central party's control, but it is decentralized between all participants of the Bitcoin network.
The hard thing about that, though, a little bit, right, is that fraud is prolific in something, because there's nothing you can do. It's not like a credit card where it's like, oh, I didn't make that purchase. And the credit card company can say, oh, okay, well, let me give you your money back.
That's true. Fraud is prolific. Bitcoin was designed to function like cash. So fraud is also prolific in cash. In fact, if you were to measure the rate at which a currency is used for criminal activity versus the supply of that currency, that number hovers at around 3% for the US dollar, the common currency we're all used to here in the United States and many people around the world are used to. But that number is about 1% on Bitcoin, which is interesting because there's this media narrative that digital currencies that are decentralized are used by criminals. They're used for fraudulent purposes and things like this. So while that certainly may be the case because it functions like cash, it is not a problem that is unique to digital currency. It is a problem that is going to be expressed in any sort of currency that functions the same way cash does. So fraud can definitely be a problem. Bitcoin has problems with security in the sense that you got to be careful about getting hacked. So the sort of ideas that you might have about how to secure cash, whether that's storing it in a safe,
Under your mattress.
When a armored car does this, they're armored and they have armed personnel inside of the car to secure the cash. A bank has a vault and probably armed personnel to secure these assets. Digital currency, the security model is different, the threat model is different. So it's a lot harder to protect digital currency with armor and weapons, and instead you need digital technologies to protect the currency. So this is something to consider. That being said, Bitcoin is something that brings power back to people because no one's in control of it. It experiences a lot less inflation than, say, the United States dollar does. There's recently been a thing going around about the prices of a McDonald's menu or something in 1959, and it's like 10 cents for a shake and 15 cents for a burger and everything like this. And obviously that's crazy today.
There it is. That was your 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to give you a minute to wrap it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm a big believer in digital currency because it's something that, because no one is in control of it, it brings power back out of the hands of the Federal Reserve and into the hands of people. So this is something that I think is very important, something I think we need to consider. We absolutely should be wary of any digital currency that comes from the same people that...
Sorry, my phone's ringing. It's fine.
that run the US dollar or any other centralized currency. These are sometimes called CBDC. It stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. It's a terrible idea. Stay away from them. I hope that the U.S. government does not go down this route. I hope that they explicitly pass protections against the U.S. government going down this route. But Bitcoin and CBDCs are vastly different entities.
Right. The end. So, I guess I could stop that. So, there's so much more that he could say.
We're going to have to put this one back.
We're not putting it back. We're not putting it back. But what we've thought about doing is like longer podcasts and stuff like that. So this is more of like a launching off point just to see if it's something that people would be interested in, because if you're his friend, you know that he can just go on for a very long time. But some of it is legit and some of it is interesting and we can learn a lot. So it's in Ryan's brain time is what we're exploring, and the different things that he thinks about on a regular basis. So if you have any suggestions for what to add to this fancy bag, where is it? There's my camera. To that fancy bag, put them in the comments of whatever social media platform that you see this in, and I'll hopefully see it add some of those things, and then we'll just keep kind of playing with these. And if you wanted to see something a little bit longer or you have more questions or want more follow-up on a specific topic like this one, because this one's huge, put some questions, comments, feedback, whatever, and we'll see what we can get done. So that was our game.
Awesome.
Diving into Ryan's brain.
Yep. And if you want to be a guest on my podcast that I'm listening to have, send me a message.
Soon. Hopefully soon. Podcast. That's like the future, right? All right. Stupid phone with the ringing. So our timer is up and we hear toddlers in the background. So we're going to go do that. But hopefully we can film another one of these here pretty quick and we'll start launching them and see what happens.
Now that you got me started, I'm going to go tell our 3-year-old about digital currency.
Oh, he'll love it. And then he'll repeat it to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Digital currency came from the sky. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Oh, I just spilled coffee on your desk. All right, I have to clean this up. So onwards and upwards, and we'll do this again. Thanks for watching.
Bye.